Metro!
Metro!
Metro. Metro Boomin, Metro Boomin, Metro Boomin, Metro Boomin, Metro! Alright, it's your boy Bo, and you know today we finna talk about Metro! But that's only if y'all stick around and hear me out. So let's get started. You can already tell what we talking about. Honestly, Metro Boomin, I like the album, but I guess everyone don't understand where you're coming from. I'm gonna start by touching the topic that everybody's touching. They're saying it's regional rap. Everyone who's saying this, you're wrong. And so are you, Metro. That's not regional rap. That's an era of rap. When you think of Atlanta, you don't think of futuristic music. That's just an era that happened. Like Atlanta sound just upgrades and progresses like every year. Like it just gets different and different. Like Atlanta is just the home of where the music comes from that we never heard. And that was just an era of Atlanta. So regional, cut it out. Like in California, that is regional. When you think of California, you think of West Coast, you think of the crip rock, you think of the gang banging, you think of that fat, juicy bass on the West Coast and those high synths. Same thing in New York. When you think about New York, you think about boom bap, you think about the lyricism. Now they do got the drill rappers, but you see what I'm saying? That's the regional of what they carry. So this is not regional at all because Atlanta music, that's not just Atlanta music. That was just an era of time in Atlanta. Like I say, Metro, I like the album. I just feel like you didn't market it better. Like, with this being something retro, in my eyes, it should have been like a Throwback Thursday album. But then again, there's like too many songs, 23 songs. Dude, we don't want futuristic music. So it's like 23 songs like you're trying to push it on us. And then again, it's like, we don't look at you to do this. They look at you to get rappers and put them on your nice beats. Not saying it's nothing wrong with what you did because this is like a project you wanted to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you gotta understand your consumers don't care about what you care about, they care about what you put out. And this isn't what they wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? Cause when you did the heroes versus villains, that's good. You did the soundtrack with Spider-Man, we know you can make good beats, but it's not the fact that you don't make good beats, it's the fact you didn't give them what they wanted. So I feel like that's why they are really pushing and egging at you and picking on you. And it's not for you to respond either and be like, well, if you didn't go to the teen parties and never got held up by your homeboy in the dance, you know, that doesn't help you any better getting sales or, you know, strings upon this. Don't keep talking back to your fans because, you know, you are very sensitive seeing it. Like, but at the end of the day, you didn't execute it well at all. You have to sit here and think about like, damn, I gotta make them feel where I'm coming from. You kind of didn't make us do that. You was like, hey, I'm gonna drop this. Y'all gotta vibe with it. No, you're like a producer. We want to understand where you're coming from. So, and you also proposed it like an album. Like this is something we want to hear once again. Like just say this is an idea I had. Here's a little EP of some futuristic music. I would have dropped it on Thursday and said, hey, here goes a Throwback Thursday to make us feel the vibe. Instead of just here y'all have it. And then you get mad when the outcome comes back because you thought the world was on what you was on. Nobody. Wake up and find out what your consumers want. But like at the end of the day, like I'm saying, I like the album. That shit hard to me. But I just see the backlash and why it's so much backlash. You went from dropping songs from like That with Kendrick and Future. Then you dropped the whole tape with Future that you produced. You know what I'm saying? Like all that was crazy good. You coming off crazy hard, bruh. So it's like, boom, then you come with this. It just catch people off guard. And another thing too, I feel like with you, Metro, you are very good indeed. You are very like one of the best hip hop producers we had. I'll put you in the top 25 ever hip hop rap producers. But you are so good, but you forget we got people like Kanye, Pharrell, Tyler the Creator. It's not like what you did was wrong. You see what they did? They never try to drop like a retro, like, hey, I'm gonna bring y'all back to go see this. No, they just drop good music as they develop with time. I think it's because you're not an artist and you probably don't understand. Like you are a producer, but I think you're trying to get into composing music and you gotta learn when is the right way to drop some of this stuff. Like Ye, his music gradually just gets better, but he's not like shifting like, oh man, I'm finna go back to the 80s. Like, nah, he makes solely great music and so do you. But I think you had too much dip on your chip just thinking since I'm Metro, I'm gonna drop this and this gonna do good. But like I said, you executed your idea, but when it came to put it out to the world, it was poorly presented, and that's why I think it's failing. Unlike Kanye and them, they're not gonna say something. They gonna give the people what they want. You know what I'm saying? It might be different, but it's literally something new. This right here is, it sounds old. We heard stuff like this before, and that's not what we were thinking. Like, hey, we want to hear some futuristic music. That's the case. We'll go listen all the way turned up. But like I say, this is very good. I like the creativity, and I like it where you. This album, like I say, was definitely Atlanta. He did get artists from back in the day, but I don't think your fans give a fuck that you have a young Dro, Roscoe Dash. They probably do, but like I say, if they did, I don't know. They probably just don't care. But you have too many tracks on this, and the way you released it, you didn't even let us see the artist names. Like, you're hiding the artist names. Like, you really think we remember how the fuck Roscoe Dash voice sound like Young Dro? We're like, who is this? But I know later on they unreveal who's on the song, but you have to do better thinking. Like, understand, because you're Metro, you can get away with a lot of things, but I'm happy you seeing you cannot get away with this. Like, you have a big household name, but not when it comes to doing stuff like this, and it kind of just threw us off a lot. I really agree with that point. At the end of the day, you got to give the people what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's kind of hard to put something out and you're like, oh, this is what I projected to do, and it doesn't do that, and then you get in your feelings about it. But hey, it's like just going back to the drawing board. Like, hey, my idea wasn't as good, but here, I'm gonna drop y'all something else. But that's where I go to say you should have put like less songs, like 7, 8, because I don't want to feel like my time was wasted. 24 songs is a lot for something no one didn't ask for. If you gave us 7, 8 of the best songs, like it was an EP mixtape thing, boom. Then it's like, oh man, that's hard. Then drop another 4 for like a bonus. That would be nice, and that's enough. Then get back to your regular schedule, because people look for you, Metro, with the vibes. Like, that's not the vibe of 2025. It could be that next year, and you could be ahead of the curve. But right now, on why the album isn't doing what it needs to do, because this isn't the time. And like I say, the way you presented it, it wasn't well planned. But like I say, the music is good and very well constructed. Sounds like it's really back in that time era where it was produced. And like I say, it's nothing wrong with it. But remember what got you to where you are. It's not like you was making every mixtape, hey, I'm finna go back 10 years. No, you keep just doing what you're doing. You keep making music, getting better and getting better. Don't go back and do something that no one didn't ask for. Metro, you cannot get mad because people got opinions of your music. Like, okay, that's cool, but you can't, well, you can do whatever you want to do. But if I was you, I would not go to the internet trying to defend your music. Just sit it out. Just release it. Let it do what it does. Like, why do you let Joe Budden get under your skin? Like, dude, he's fucking, I don't know, 50. But it's like, what's the point to retaliate and say he wouldn't get it and all this stuff and all that? Like, then you get mad at your fans. Like, oh, this isn't the same Metro that was making those same drums. Like, dude, that's what makes your image worse, is when you like entertain that bullshit. Now it's like you really care, like it's hurting your feelings. Like, you know you're good as hell. You know that wasn't some shit that was gonna hit the Billboard #1. I really think it was some fun, creative stuff that you wanted to put out, and all because you have the power to do so, you can. Not even a lot of artists get to do that and even say, hey, this is something I thought would be cool, and still get released and actually get plays on it. And so it's like a good and bad thing, but at the end of the day, it's an art side that I know you're looking at it, but you're not looking at the business side. And the fans are not looking at you like you're fucking Picasso. They're like, he needs to drop some brand new music that I can get in my car and ride to. So it's like, know that and understand that. And I'm pretty sure you do, but you keep getting in your feelings about it and going to Twitter, tweeting stuff. If you haven't worn Sperry's with the long socks, you wouldn't understand. Like, dude, some of these kids are born in the year 2000. They're just now 25. Like, I don't know, in 2010, they're 10 years old. Some of them 8 years old, 12. I don't think that was the highlight of their life, having a futuristic summer. Like, I'm just being for real. But that is exactly what Atlanta sounds like. So I know the ATLians love it. They're like probably bopping their head crazy. But at the end of the day, stop getting in your feelings about it. You're the best producer out here still doing it. And I feel like your next project definitely is going to be good because this isn't like a real project, but it's a project you put out, and I don't think you like the criticism you received upon it. That's all I'm saying. My opinion, real quick, just a quick take on what I think he should have done, but I think he did it perfect. I would have somehow like made those beats more modern and just put rappers on them, because you got people still sampling music and it's like getting played today. It's like, just take the old school and put the new with it. And that's what I think. But at the end of the day, it's not for him to try to sample it and bring it back. He wants to bring back the natural root sound. So I understand that, but and just get better artists, because no one's not finna click Roscoe Dash. Like Metro Boomin and Roscoe Dash doesn't sound appealing. Kendrick and Metro, J. Cole and Metro, Future and Metro. You just gotta make it work. But I am happy that Metro stayed true to itself. There's one thing about it, if he would have dropped another Heroes and Villains 3, they probably would have still said something like, oh my God, he ain't put enough work in. This sound like the last album. And I do respect him for trying to have, like, put a different approach on music, trying to make it sound different. But at the end of the day, it ain't go back in history and give us something we already heard, because that ain't different. Different is you just getting better at the craft. But you are at this point in your career, you are at the highest of where you've been, and to do this right after you was beefing with Drake, and now you got all eyes on you, like what Metro gonna drop. You drop this, is like, that's why I be like, bro, your ass be lame sometimes. It's like, why would you not ride the wave hard? Like, come out with some harder stuff instead of like, oh, I said what I had to say. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. That's why you need to shut up and go play some damn drums, because you just don't get it. And I ain't trying to be rude or nothing. It's just, did you not see what's going on in your life? A futuristic summer was really on your mind. That's crazy. But like I said, you bold for that though. You really bold. That let me know that you always gonna bet on yourself, and there's always believe in yourself and what's going on. And you did that. But like I say, the plan that you had in your brain to the public did not come back as the feedback you wanted to. You gotta take the criticism, fam. I do feel like the fans gonna come back and be like, damn, it ain't that bad. Cause it's gonna take people time, because that's just not what they wanted they had that moment. Like, if it gets circulated around, then you start bombing, like, okay, I'm gonna go back. Like, that often happens a lot when you hear music. All right, you'll be like, cause I catch myself when something drop, I be like, I ain't messing with it. But once I hear it in the club or somebody play it, or you just in the right mode, it be like, okay. So hopefully that's what happened with Metro Boomin, because he's a producer. He knows what people want to hear. He knows what good music is. He hasn't felt this yet. So I feel like, hear me out, people are going to catch up to the next month or two. I really do. But however, the only downside is this isn't like new music. It's retro music. Like, if you wanted to hear it, could we just go back and listen to that music? Yes. So is it actually wanted it? I don't know. So is that music actually being favored? Is it actually value right now? I don't know, because if we wanted to listen to it, I think we'll all be listening to it. So to drop this, is it just like something like, hey, y'all better listen to this? So hopefully it really does do good on the charts. I don't think it's like an album that's gonna be charting. I do feel like this is a album that you'll hear in the club for sure. It got some good high tempo stuff. Nice beats. It's hard hitting. Like Metro know what he doing when it comes to making them beats, and he got the right artists on there. So I do feel like some underground stuff. But like, I like it. I like it. But I feel like it is gonna have to grow on people. So with that being said, Metro, I ain't got too much to say about you. That's just what I feel like. It's a great album. Sound good to me. Sound like it's just music we heard before from the past. But we are in 2025. So I don't think your people really understood what you was trying to do. You can't give them a futuristic summer if that ain't what we asked for. You know what I'm saying? You gave us a blast from the past that probably just won't last. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I really like it, because like I say, I make beats, and I love when producers step out they shell and do something that's bold, because it gives another person confidence, kind of like me. So it's like, hey, if you could put that out and do good, it make other people feel like they could do even better. So I like it, not even from that point. I think it's good music, but who knows where it'll land at. But Metro is not for you to get mad and keep trying to beat up people and trying to insult people. you're gonna lose fans and respect. So when you drop something, know that you tried your best and you pray about it, and hopefully that it does better. But till next time, I'm your boy Bo, and I gotta go. I hope y'all like what I spoke about. But Metro Boomin, you still the GOAT when it comes to making them beats. Go make some drums.